Well, hey, this is the Universal Insider. How you doing today? A lot of questions that come up, and I like to know more about what's going on. And things people should know about what's going on with Universal and Harry Potter. Everyone's talking about Harry Potter. I haven't talked to that about in a year. Um, it's gonna be it's a good moneymaker for Universal Islands of Adventure. It's a great moneymaker for them. Problem is how they built it. They built that just strictly for Harry Potter. Now they're not. They were not even. They were thinking about the now and the now moment, but they were not actually thinking about the future. When they built that, they were really never thinking about build. Yeah, because the Hogwarts Castle and the whole area is strictly for Harry Potter. Um, of course, you can put new stuff into that Forbidden Flight ride because it is a slash flight simulator. But it's very difficult because that ride was built on the aspect of flying like Harry Potter, and everything on that attraction was basically thrown together for like a Harry Potter setting. It will be very difficult to redo anything on that ride. Um, like I said, they could change the aspect of the ride a little, but chances are they're not going to change it in maybe 20, 30 years from now. So that's a pretty much structure that's going to never basically be changed. Universal, and you see a lot of at Universal. You see a lot of new rides at Universal, like new flight simulators, new this, new that. Remember the Hercules and Xena building? The problem with that is it's not deemed for tourists. It's not deemed for safety. There's some safety problems with that soundstage actually, so they basically have employees go in there, and that's usually the break room for Halloween Horror Nights for scare zones. But that building is still inside. You still see shields on the wall from Hercules and Xena. They really can't use that soundstage. They have to redo it. Now, it would be kind of cool to have a haunted attraction in there. I think they can get away with a haunted attraction in that maze. Should be that thing is pretty big also. So if they can put a haunted attraction in that facility, that would be awesome. There used to be the Murder She Wrote. That's an okay show. It was the Murder She Wrote, then it was Hercules and Xena, then the Hercules and Xena. Um, they really need to put something in that area. It's kind of like dead. And yeah, so they should have put the Alfred Hitchcock in there. I think they should have kept the Alfred Hitchcock show and put it right in that building. Or they actually should have put Shrek in that building, actually. Shrek's an okay attraction, but, Alfred Hitchcock, I think, was a little better. Let's see. They should change the storylines to the horror makeup show. Everyone's talking about Eddie. That Eddie, the Van Helsing project. I think actually it did change a tad bit of that. They changed it when the usher. Uh, they changed that in Usher when they had the Palace Theater. That was the Palace Theater, and what they did was they did the dimming of lights because that's supposed to be haunted, and they looked up. So they basically did something like that. But really, that little Palace Theater, that little theater show, basically can be changed into the shows can be changed into anything they want, just different scripts, and that's very easy to do. You just get a creative writer and gets a creative team working on that. Beetlejuice has been changed 4 times, I think. One was to Japan when they had the Beetlejuice in Japan and they brought it over to the States. Beetlejuice is an okay show, but it gets a little boring after a while. I really think they should change up Amity a little and use the Fear Factor stage and expand Amity right into the Fear Factor stage and do like basically like a band thing for Jaws 2. Remember Jaws 2 when he came to that hotel? That should have been like a hotel kind of type of show, Amity Hotel. They should expand Amity a little. Amity's pretty small when you look at it. It mostly has games and the Jaws ride and food. And Amity's a pretty. I like that. It connects. It really connects with San Francisco and Amity. It basically entwines itself. You can tell the ending of San Francisco when you pass those two areas and you pass the funnel cake stand. That's when you get into Amity. Let's see. And then there's really... And then there's a sailor holding a wheel when you leave, but really, what's over that bridge and when you go into that corner near Men in Black? That little corner is basically vague. They should do something in that corner. Enhance Amity with signs or something. You know, it's kind of weird they don't enhance anything. With the music in that area, they should have an Amity radio station, like in the Jaws ride. They have WJWS, the Jaws network kind of thing, a TV channel. But what they should do in that area is when you're walking in there, you should have a Welcome to Amity. You know, the music in there should be like a radio from Amity, and then this whole radio station, and make you feel more like you're in Amity. Really, you don't really feel like you're in Amity when you feel like you're in Amity when you get on that boat, Captain Jake's boat or the Jaws ride. You really feel like you're in Amity then, but you really don't feel like Amity when you're just walking around, actually, that area. You feel like you're just in a place where there's a bunch of games. Yeah, to me, to me, it doesn't feel like you're in that area. To me, it feels like it's crammed full of food and games. To me, that whole thing is crammed with food and games. They should do more little theming on that. I don't know if they can expand it. That would be nice if they can expand Amity, but not real. I don't think they could. Let's see. When you're on that ride, those looks of the dang apartments across the way really destroys the beauty of it. Yeah, those apartments right across, you can actually see. Actually, one of the condos actually looks out on the ride. That would be a nice condo to have. I wouldn't mind looking at the Amity when I wake up, but still, it's kind of a deal breaker when you're on that ride. So, really, the Jaws attraction could do some cool uptakes to it. There's really nothing you could really do on that. There's a couple things you could do. You can switch stuff around, put different signs up. Let's see. More action in the boathouse. I know there's just very little action. One of the cues is the boat swings and these barrels pop over, and then there's sparks in that one area. Really nothing big. It's kind of not. I don't know. What do you expect? I'm just thinking and talking at the same time, so what they could actually put together, what the creative team could actually put together. In the Wild Wild West stunt show, they should bring that back. The Fear Factor live show is just gone. You know, who watches Fear Factor? It's not even on anymore, so they should change the times to bring back the Wild Wild West stunt show, or do something with the Jaws Amity type of thing, like the hotel in Jaws 2. They should do that. Simpsons Ride was a big mistake they ever freaking made in their life. I really think they didn't mean to put that attraction together. I think that was a spare in a moment. Back to the Future, they should have just kept or revamped Back to the Future and redid the storyline to Back to the Future, but still kept it. Yeah, it was still open when the trilogy was out. They should have done something with the trilogy with that Back to the Future ride. Changed the queue line videos and changed a couple of stuff in there, but they really never changed anything. And last time I was there, that building was going to be in 2009 or 2008. That building was going to be unguessed. Basically, guests couldn't go in that building due to safety reasons. But somehow they fixed it, or I don't know how they did it. It's just kind of weird. I do like Back to the Future. That was the best ride. The Simpsons ride is okay. I like the smell of popcorn when you walk in there. I like the smell-o-vision. More rides need that smell. More rides need that smell of it. That smell when you go in there and they have the scents. They do that for Horror Nights a lot. That's what I like about Horror Nights. You go into mazes and the stench of rotting flesh or something. That's awesome. Plays with your mind with that. But the rest of the stuff, you know, what I don't like is that smell, and then there's water in there, and then the water gets that smell on you. It's ugh. I don't like getting sprayed in the maze. See, one thing I don't like about what they do, they've been doing this for a long time. They've been getting you wet, okay? They just have little water, you know, high pressure water guns in there, and you get wet. I don't like getting wet in these mazes. I don't know what they think about getting someone wet would scare them. It just angers people. You know, I was actually in a what was that? Creatures maze. There was Creatures, and I came around the corner, and the people stopped, and I was right near a door, and the guy kept on opening, spraying. I was completely drenched when I walked out of that dang house. I was a little angered. You know, I kind of got a little angry at that particular time because, you know, when you know, having a good time, and you just keep on getting wet, and it has that smell in that water, too. Ugh. Yeah, I always found out when you leave Halloween Horror Nights, you smell like crap. You really smell like crap. Does anyone have that problem? Because when I was helping them out for, you know, and I think it was 2006 and 7, actually 2004 and 2005 I was helping them out, and then 6 and 7 I was working it, and long story, I was an independent contractor for many years, so I still am an independent contractor. It's fun. It's a fun gig, but it's hard. Now I own my own media company, so I'm phasing away from thrill ride concepts and all that. Phasing away on construction work on that, and just moving into a media type of world news type of thing. I've been planning to do that all my life, but I still will come out with, you know, information on what's going on because I still have connections. But what was I saying? Yeah, you have that smell when you walk out of Halloween Horror Nights. It's just that horrible stench that you just walk out and it's like, ugh. And you get in your small little car and you stink up the car. It's ridiculous. And I have a long drive home when I drive home, and I'm just like, ugh. See, that's the reason why I don't like going down to Orlando that much. Only when I have to and take some pictures or do some stuff for the website, because I don't want to drive that long. It's like around 2 hours away. I have places I could stay if I have to stay in Orlando, but I frankly, you know, I just don't want to bother anybody. That's the problem. I don't want to bother anyone. And, yeah, so Let me see what they can do. What else they can do? I can go over like an hour, so this is great. I can, go over a certain amount of time. 30 minutes, 17 minutes. I don't have to do that 15 minutes. I like that. And I do like that little ad revenue thing. I have to pay for my server somehow. I have to pay, for hosting on some sites I have. I have to pay for Anna, my little dog, and I also rescue animals. And you don't know this about me. I have my own little animal sanctuary I'm working with right now. So every little bit of money helps. It goes to a good cause. So if you see those pop-up little ads, they're there for me, some are there because I use trademark music and they want to get their share. But the ones I put up on some of them, I just usually pay my servers and pay for the bandwidth I use and help out the animals that need help. That's basically I use that for sometimes. And I have to pay for gas to get down to the parks too. I haven't been doing this for a while, so I have to get back down to the parks again. But there are a lot of people out there. I'll give you credit if I use your work. I always give people credit. I usually add it to the video too. I don't really like saying it out of my mouth. I like to add it to the video. HHN Rumors is a good site. I'm not a big fan of Behind the Thrills. I'm not a big fan of the guy who runs it. He's a real douchebag. Yeah, I say that out loud. He's gonna get all angry. I gave him credit on some stuff. The stuff I used from him, the couple of stuff I used from him, I gave him credit, link back to his sites, and he was the biggest idiot in the world. I think it's that Eric Yates dude. I don't want to cause any flame wars in this Universal community. But I gave him a link back on my website to him, a good old free backlink. And what he did was, I only used a little bit of it, and I gave him a free backlink. All he did was curse me out and all that fun stuff. I know what he looks like. Anywho, that's. And then I was looking at his site, and then somebody DOSed his site, so it's kind of weird. I bet he's pissing off Anon, that's why. I don't know. I can care less about that guy. I apologize if you're watching Mr. Yates. I gave you a free link back, but then you got all moody with me, and then you sent your hired goons after me. That's the funniest part. I hope they charged you. I hope they charged you to come after me. It's kind of funny. But I don't want to cause any flame wars with anybody. We're here to do the same thing. I have more knowledge than Mr. Yates does because I've been in the business. I don't think Mr. Yates has ever been in the creative field whatsoever. But I'm not gonna all pick on Eric Yates or some other guy. I don't know if it was Eric Yates. I don't know. He's the owner of the thing, I think. I don't know. Some goon over there just wanted to cause trouble with the Universal Insider. So, heck, I was going to take it down until he hired those hired goons to take me down. So, anywho, I own those hired goons anyway, so they know the true story of what happened, and that's all I have to say about that. They were just, I think, acting on because they got paid to be acted upon. And that's how the world goes around when someone pays you. But I don't know, I bet you I lost a lot of friends when I started talking this way, so I don't really need. I love friends. I have a lot of friends myself. I'm just a guy who just explains what's going on. I heard around at the theme parks on, I think it's Horror Night Nightmares. I've been hearing there's really nothing going on. And there's another site I like to look into time to time. And I do use some of his stuff, and I give him a free link back on my site for it because he deserves. All these people deserve every type of link back as possible because we're all in the same field, ladies and gentlemen. We're trying to get information out. So if I'm going to use your stuff, I'm going to give you a link back to your site. So you get a free link back and everything else. What was the site I was looking at? Party Through the Park. Party Through the Parks is a great website. Wonderful timeline on that thing. I hope you get up to the park soon, but he actually tells you if there's little change, no change. If there's change, he'll take a picture. Very good stuff. I would like to start taking pictures and sending it to him. So that's another site. I can go long. I can go for an hour if I want to. Depending on, I'll just change this to the FEL and then upload it. I posted a Universal Orlando update of 21 and HHN 21 update on this one. Only one view. I got a lot of good views on the other ones, so that's pretty darn cool. Anyway, what do you think is going to be at Hong? I think it's back in the I think last video I was talking about Chance, and it's going to be more of like a casino game type of thing. Which I'm only going this year because of the Thing, man. That's the only reason I'm going right now. If the other haunted houses are going to be somewhat decent, then I'm going to go. But I'm going because of the Thing, because they're remaking John Carpenter's The Thing. So I'm going to go no matter what. Let's see. Another good HHN Rumors is a great site. I'll never go on Behind the Thrills again. They can take a slow boat to China, in my mind. Probably they're going to leave a very strong arm message. Well, if they do, I'm a guy who likes freedom of speech, so I will keep it up. But if it's any, calling me an idiot or something degrading, I'm just going to take it down, just to protect people. I don't want them to go through negativity. I don't really want negativity on my, if I see anything that's kind of negative, I'm just going to take it down, because I don't want to spread negativity. This whole HHN update thing and, Inside Universal Insider, this is all fun, and this is helping. People take this seriously, this is supposed to be fun, guys. We're supposed to, work together and, backlink each other and just have a good time, but then there's others that just wanna rip you a new a-hole. It's ridiculous, my friends. We should all work together, because most of them are 15 to 16-year-old kids, so I can understand the immaturity in that. When I was 15 to 16, I was going around blogs saying, "You're a liar, blah blah blah." I thought I know more than the individual. I used to do that but not anymore, because now I did it. I did all this stuff, so why would I say you're a liar? I'm just assuming what's going on right now, because I still have connections, but most of the connections will not say anything due to the reason these confidentiality agreements they have to sign when you work for any of the parks. And, with this down economy, people need their jobs, and they don't want to lose their job telling some poor schmuck who owns a website basically what's going on. I love, Theme Park Insider. I love Theme Park Insider. Great man. He's a good guy. I leave backlinks if I use some of his stories. I leave backlinks to them, because they deserve backlinks. They did the story just to use a little snippet of it, and they deserve a backlink. Everyone deserves a backlink, man, and even being praised upon it too. But I just had to run in with Behind the Thrills. I just had to run in with that guy. I think he had a bad day, or someone didn't do. I don't know. But anywho, I bet you he's not really liked in the business or something. I don't know. But I don't even know the guy that much, so I'm not gonna start talking about anything. It just angered me one time when he decided to send his hired goons after me, trying to shut me down. But he got his site DOSed, so some idiot DOSed his site. I don't even know who did it. I remember trying to look and trying to apologize, and it's its server not working. And once you see something like that, the site is going to be DOSed. So let's see what else. Sting Alley is going to have a scare zone. I really hope it's going to be cool. I think it's not going to be connected to New York. My tooth is hurting like hell. I need to go see a dentist. I just can't afford a dentist right now. Really, there's nothing else out there, with Horror Nights and IOA. Yeah, so if you watch this whole video, thank you. I'm going to be doing lengthy videos. That's what I do. And if you want to see it, you can see it. A lot of people just don't care about lengthiness, but oh well. That's what I care about. Get a nice long video in. Until next time, I'll